gosh, literally, how is it about to be January? Like, it is the week of freaking Christmas. Hi guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I own a boutique and I spill all of my dirty secrets with you guys. I tell you the behind the scenes, the strategies, and all of that. And today I'm in my office with my dead plant. I'm so sorry. Every single time I do a video, my plant gets more dead. And I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna water her after I'm done recording this. But anyways, today we are going to be talking all about planning for the new year, planning for January. I'm going to specifically plan for January in this video because if I planned for the whole entire year, this video would be very, very, very long. But honestly, like, I am somebody who has really big goals, but sometimes I make too big of goals for myself and then I find myself like not sticking to them. So this year I'm going to be making like very small goals for myself every single month in hopes to actually be able to like stick to those things. They always say that goals need to be SMART, so we will get into that. But they need to be like actually attainable, and sometimes I'm really bad at that. So I am trying to make all my goals very attainable, and we're just gonna start off with planning just for January, because something else I would do is like literally be like, yeah, I'm gonna plan for the next like year and go crazy, and then I won't actually end up doing it because I won't have enough time to do it. So we are just sticking with planning for January today, and I'm just gonna tell you guys kind of how I plan and kind of what my overall like plan is for the month of January. So there's a few goal setting tips in here, things that I've been doing that have been working for me, and I will just go off ahead and tell you that my plan for January and basically for the whole new year is to increase my sales by increase Vogue Society sales by, I think, 15%. I think that's an attainable goal. I think that I'll be happy with that. And I think that if we go up to 20 or 30, or like, we can blow our goals out of the water. But I think if I were to stick to 15%, I definitely think it is attainable. Because last year was our very first year open in the mall, and I didn't have like months of data to kind of compare to all last year. We opened in the middle of November of 2021. So even in November of 2022, I couldn't really compare last year's November with this year's November. I was able to compare like certain days, like Black Friday, we were up, and you guys know I was so happy about that. But this year, this December, or this month, this December, was actually the first month that I was actually able to compare last year's December sales data with this year's December sales data and our margins and all of that. So I've been really focused on the sales, and our in-store is literally up by so much. And I think overall we're up around 15 or 20% for December from last year, which is really great. And so I just want to stick with that for the new year. And on top of like increasing my sales by 15%, I want to actually decrease our spending by 15%. And I know a lot of people think that that's like, oh, you're gonna like lay off employees. No, that's not what I mean by that. Because we were a brand new store last year, we had a lot of different expenses with adding mannequins and adding different racks and fixtures and I don't know, literally so much stuff. And that doesn't include like spending on inventory, that's completely different, but I just mean like expenses, traveling, like spending money on coffee that I probably shouldn't put on the business, like just stuff like that, that I want to decrease by 15%. And I honestly feel like we did spend so much money like getting the store intact that like it will be easy to cut off that 15%. So as you'll see in the Excel sheet that I'm about to show you guys, I break down like my big goals and break them down into smaller like actionable tasks that I can really focus on.
All right, so what I did was I have this Google document sheet. Like, you can use Excel if you want, but I don't really have Excel on my computer. I just have like the Google versions of things because I have a Mac. And so I always use this, and I've kind of showed you guys the idea of this before, but I do have different things that I have on my to-do list, which I call to manifest. And I just have these different things under here that kind of help me stay together. If you guys are wondering what happened to my 12-week year, I am so mad at myself. I was going to do it the end of the 12 weeks of 2022, and I totally blew it. And this is why I am such an all or nothing person. And when the first week of December hit, or not December, the first week of this 12-week year hit, which was somewhere in November or October, I can't remember. We had a hurricane and that totally messed me up. So anyways, we are going to plan January here, and obviously you can make this like look pretty and stuff like that. So I already kind of did that. And as you can see, this is just like boutique stuff. You can intermix it with like your personal goals and stuff as well. But one of my goals is to increase my sales, or increase sales by 15% this month. So I want to take January sales last year and increase by 15%. So one of my other goals is to not only increase sales by 15%, but I'm also really hoping to decrease our spending in January. I am also going to say decrease spending by 15%. So basically, if I am able to achieve both of these goals, I'm going to be 30% more profitable than I was last January, which is going to be absolutely huge for us. Obviously, January is not like the most profitable month for most retail businesses. So I am doing what I can in order to decrease our spending and increase our sales goals. So these are my two big goals this year for January. So if these are my two goals, I obviously can't just say this is my goal. I have to have an action plan for those goals. So I'm going to copy this header here. So here I'm going to write strategies. And so here I want to just write different things that I know will help these. And so these are almost like actionable tasks that I kind of need to also focus on, or like mini goals I need to focus on throughout the month. So we are taking these big two goals and we're going to break it down. So here I'm going to say that one of the things that we need to do, which I am about to meet with my mom, actually after I make this video, to go over our budget. So I'm going to make a budget sheet, I guess you can call it, and we're gonna look at all the money we spent last January, and I am going to literally look at that sheet and see where we can cut expenses by 15%. This definitely doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like firing any employees or doing anything like that, but that is going to mean that I'm going to be really careful about the hours I give out, and I'm also going to really watch like the spending of our supplies and stuff like that, like mannequins and stuff. I know we bought a lot of last year because we were really like new last year, so that's what I'm going to do there. The next thing I want to do is I want to post more on social media. This is a little bit tricky because I like don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to post 5 times a day on Instagram every single day and like do all of that stuff, because yes, like that is a good goal, but at the same time, I have to make sure that I am making like reasonable goals for myself. And honestly, there have been some times like this past month, this past like quarter, even this whole past year, where I have not posted on Instagram like all day on stories and on my feed, and like that just like can't happen. So I do need to work on this, and I know that my goals do need to be measurable. So I know these are just strategies, so they are not measurable right now, but I'm just kind of breaking down the different things I could do in order to increase my sales or decrease my spending. Okay, and then another thing for how to increase my sales is definitely putting more outfits together. Especially for like online, I feel like we do this really well, like in store on mannequins and face outs and things like that. But online, I feel like I kind of just like post like the items and I'm not really like paying attention to the outfits. And I used to be better at this, but ever since we had the store, I have been slacking on this. So like instead of like making a TikTok too of us just being like voicing over something and making it funny, like that is still like a thing that we could do, but I want to focus more on putting those outfits together and like selling things as more of an outfit on social media. Another thing I can definitely do is compare last year's sales to this year's sales. I was not able to do that last year. because we didn't have like comparable sales for the in-store. January was our first January there. So I'm going to compare daily sales and try to beat them each day. So I'll be making a list, and I kind of write that on another Excel sheet where I kind of like write here like what the goals are, like what we did on January 1st this year, January 2nd this year. And then that way I can kind of like keep up with that. And I also do have that in my store on a dry erase board as well. Like I said, I don't really share sales numbers on this page because I don't think it's good to compare, but I'm going to be doing that as well. The thing I'm going to add to this list is margin builders. So I need to have a little bit more items in store this month that actually will give me a little bit more of a margin versus just selling like things on sale. I know that our margins were not great last January because we sold so much on sale. So to make up for that, I'm going to find like the highest quality items I can for the lowest amount of money that I can, and be able to mark those things up in order to get a good margin for this year. Okay, so I am going to kind of just change the colors on these. So we're going to increase sales and we're going to decrease spending. So that's like, whatever. So I'm going to kind of color code these things. Actually, I probably should not make this green. I should probably make it another color. Strategies? Sure. So green just means that, red just means that we are, oh my gosh, I can't get this right. I really can't get this right. Red is just going to mean that we are decreasing things, and green is going to mean that we are increasing things. I'm really not increasing like too many things. I'm really just, doing that for our budget. So everything is kind of color coordinated here. Make this that same color. Okay, so now I'm going to make a whole other column for daily actions. So as far as the budget sheet goes, this is going to be more of like a big picture thing. I don't really have to work on that every single day. I just have to like know that like I need to not spend as much money on things, but that's kind of like something that we plan on in the beginning of the month anyways. So that there's not really much I can put under daily actions there. So this is going to be basically like all green because it's all going to be things to increase. So posting more on social media, I am literally going to make this goal so freaking simple. I'm going to say post one IG photo or reel a day, because I'm not kidding. That does not even sound hard at all. But you guys, I have been slacking on that this year. So we're going to do that. And then I'm also going to post on, post stories daily. I'll probably just say like 5 times, whatever. Just kind of make that like a general number. Usually if I post on stories, like I'm posting like multiple times, I'm not just posting once. But yeah, I know that sounds so bad, but I feel like sometimes like when you're online only, that like you depend on those online sales only. So you have to post, where for me, I'm like, oh, I see the sales coming in store. And then I kind of ignore online sometimes, which that usually helps online. Okay. So, as far as like putting more outfits together and stuff like that, that kind of goes along with this. So it's not something I can like necessarily do every single day. That is it is measurable, but I can't really do something like that every single day that is like kind of attainable, because there's no way I would stick to that. I'm not in the store every day, so I can't put together like 7 outfits a week and like do a live with 7 outfits every single day. Like that's just not gonna happen. So I'm kind of just like putting that in the back of my mind. But something that I will do is say that I'm going to schedule Facebook posts, not books, Facebook posts once a week, because I am going to like kind of put content together and put those Facebook posts together. I'm really good at like doing like a story, or not a story, but like kind of a story, like a try on video, and then also like a picture next to it. And I'm able to post those on Facebook, and with a link, which do really well for us. So if I'm just able to focus on doing this and like scheduling those things out weekly, I'll be able to achieve that. So then I am just going to update sales sheet daily. So I don't even have to write daily because like that's the whole point of this thing, daily actions. Okay. Update sales sheet. So again, I'm going to put a little sales sheet down here that compares each day of the month. And then as far as margin builders, yeah, I guess I don't really have anything to do that like every single day, but yeah. I guess I don't really have something to do as far as that goes every day. That's really just like with buying. So yeah, these are my daily actions, which I know sounds like super, super basic, but these are the things I'm going to be doing on a daily basis.
Okay, so that's like a very basic version of my goals. I am going to expand on those and make them a little bit more personable, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of how I am going to be doing those goals. And I really do think that those like Google Excel sheets are a freaking game changer. I have the Excel sheet link in my like bookmarks bar, so it's literally so easy. Every single day I open my Shopify, I open my comments sold, I open my Canva, I open my Facebook where I post like Facebook posts for the boutique and stuff, and then I also open my Manifest It Babe thing, which has all of those little tabs on there. So that's something that I started a few months ago, but I'm sticking with that in 2022 because I really, really like that. It's a little bit different than my planner, but it's more of like a tracking my goals type of sheet. That is what I did there. Like I said, I also will be doing a sales sheet where I'm kind of tracking my everyday sales, comparing them to the year, that day of last year, like prior. So that way I can make sure that we are keeping up and exceeding the goals from last year, or exceeding the sales from last year. But the next thing I am going to do is I'm going to fill out this. Now I obviously usually like do have a planner. Like I literally have my December planner right here with me, or my 2022 planner here right with me. I haven't gotten my 2023 planner yet, but I think I am going to get it before I travel for the holidays so I can kind of write in there. But regardless, even when I do have my planner, I always like to start off my month with planning on one of these sheets. So I'll just print it out from the internet. I'll just type in January 2023 printable calendar, and I like to fill this out and kind of put like a rough like estimate of like when I'm going to be doing certain promotions, when I'm going to be going live, different events that we might like hold in the store and stuff like that, because I want to make sure that obviously we're prepared and we're planned for that month. But I don't like to write it in my planner immediately, because then I might have to like erase things or scribble things out, and I need my planner to be pretty. So I did it on this first. So I like to do it on this first and kind of like have a rough draft little like brainstorming session on this, and then I'm going to do that. And then once I get my planner, I will transfer it into the pretty version in my planner and kind of write to-do lists for every single day in the month. Other things I am planning on doing to plan for January and to plan for 2023 is a vision board. I do one every single year, and I'll definitely make a video when I do my vision board for the year. I think I might have even had one from last year, so go check down in my archives of my videos from last year. I'm not sure, but I do plan on doing a vision board and really just trying to take it like be really present in the moment day by day in January to make sure that we are achieving those goals, and just focus on things that aren't like so glamorous for other people like to see. So like I know that like the TikToks and stuff are like so fun to kind of like voice over and stuff like that, but at the end of the day it's not really making us sales, and you do want to post fun content like that for your followers to kind of enjoy, but at the same time like we also need to make sales. Like it is a business at the end of the day, and so we really just do need to focus on like selling the product, like going on and like really selling like an outfit that we put on and posting that on Facebook and posting that on Instagram and like repurposing our content and just being smart about that. So that's definitely one of my biggest things that I want to focus on for the new year, and really just driving more traffic to our website, focusing on having a better ROI with Facebook ads, like things that will like really actually make us money. So those are my plans. I hope that this was helpful in any way, you guys. I would love to kind of show the calendar and stuff when it's done, but I also like to keep some things as private if I can. So I'm probably going to keep that to myself, but be sure to go over your margins, your sales goals and stuff like that from January of last year and compare. Like, this is the time where we can literally like change your whole freaking life and your whole freaking business in this 1 year. And if you're just starting out and you don't have anything to compare it to, like, that's totally fine, but just make like measurable goals for yourself in order to beat your goals for this year, or meet your goals for this year. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I am done talking for today, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck this January.